Hello friends, good morning. Today we are going to discuss goal stack planning in Unit 8. This planning technique was used in system called as strips. In last class we have seen what is planning, what are different planning techniques. Then we have seen components of planning system. And then I told you that block world planning, uh, block world problem we are going to discuss to understand all these planning techniques because this domain is complex enough to understand differences between all those planning techniques that we are going to discuss. So goal stack planning was one of the earliest technique and that is used in system called as strips. This strip system uses a stack along with a knowledge base, and then that goal stack was used to store operators as well as goals. Then there was a database. That database, that is called as knowledge base. That knowledge base contained state of the world, that means current state of the world, current state of the problem domain. Along with that, it stores set of operators which you can use for satisfying those goals which are on the stack. So every operator, four operators we have seen in the last lecture, they were defined in strips. So block world problem was discussed, and there is a robot arm, there is a flat surface on which similar blocks are placed, different blocks are placed, and you will have to use that robot arm for converting initial state, that means the initial arrangement of those blocks, into some goal arrangement which is given that you will have to achieve. So you will have to convert initial state into the final state by using a robot arm. So robot arm has certain capabilities. So this we have defined by using four operators like pick up and put down, and then we have other two operations like stack and unstack. So stack, unstack, they require two arguments. Pick up and put down, they require only one argument. All these operations, they will be performed by using robot arm. So every operator has three lists: precondition, add and delete. PAD we call them. Precondition specifies the set of conditions which has to be satisfied to perform that operation, to use that operator. Add list specifies what will be the result of performing that operation. So list of predicates will be defined which will become true after performing that particular operation, and then delete list will have set of predicates which will become false after performing that particular operation. So that's what we have seen earlier also. Now let us see how this goal stack planning works. In this goal stack planning, as I told, that it uses a stack, and on this stack you store goals. So goals are stored on the stack. Along with these goals, you are going to store operators. So to satisfy these goals, you need to perform certain operations. So that operation which you are going to use to satisfy initial goal, that will be put on the stack again. Then it will be on the top of the stack. Then goal which is on the top of the stack, that will be pursued. Then we will find out sequence of operators that will satisfy those goals, and that sequence will be applied to the state description, and that will again yield another description. So that will give you some other state. Now the goal on the top of the stack, that will be explored, and you will try to satisfy that goal. Then you will find out what are the operators which will help you to satisfy that goal. And once the goal is satisfied, you remove those operators from the stack, and you repeat these steps until stack is empty. Then finally you compare the original goal with the final state derived from application of all those operators. That is the final check that you are going to perform again, because during this process you might have disproved certain sub goal, and that check you will have to make at the end. If any of the goal finally you find out that is not satisfied, again that is pursued, that is reinserted on the stack, and you will try to satisfy that goal. So that's how this goal stack planning works. Let us revise it again. In goal stack planning we have a stack. On that stack you are going to store initially the goal that you will have to satisfy, you will have to achieve. To satisfy that goal, now we have a database. That database contains operators and current state of the world. That means current state of your problem domain. Then what we are going to do, we are going to find out an suitable operator which you can use to satisfy that inserted goal. If you are able to find out that suitable operator, then to satisfy or to perform that operation you need certain condition that has to be satisfied. So you put those conditions on the stack top. Then you try to pursue the goal which is on the top. If it is true, then you are going to pop it up from the stack. If it is not, then try to prove that you find out an operator which can perform that particular action which is required to satisfy that goal. Then put those operators or actions or conditions on the stack again. Try to satisfy them. If they are satisfied, pop them. So you will have to repeat this process until the stack is empty. At the end, final check again you will have to perform. You will have to compare original goal with whatever you have achieved so far, because during this process there might be a case that whatever sub goal you are trying to prove, that may have become false by application of certain operators to satisfy something else. And if that is the case, then you again reinsert those unsatisfied goals on the stack and try to satisfy them. You will have to repeat this until your goal stack is empty. Now let us understand this process with a problem of block world. In this block world problem, we have given a starting state. This is our starting state which is given initially, and we have given a goal state. So we have 4 blocks: block A, block B, block C and block D. Block A, C and D, they are on the table. Block B is on block A. Your goal is, your system has to achieve this goal state where you will have block A on table and block C will be on block A, and block D is on table and block B will be on block D. So you can put it in predicate form in this way. So your goal stack that you can represent as the goal that you have to achieve, that you can represent as like this, that block C is on block A, block B is on block D, block A is on table and block D is on table. So these are the predicates that already we have defined in our problem domain. In strips we have represented in that way. Same representation we are going to use to understand goal stack planning. Now this is the goal that we have to achieve. So what we are going to do, we are going to put this goal on the stack. So your goal stack will look like this. Look at this part. So we have block C on block A, block B on block D, and then A and D, they are on table. So combinedly I will write that as on table OT. What is on table? Block A and block D. So instead of writing two separate predicates, I will write a single predicate OTAD. that means on table AD. So this is the goal that we will have to achieve. So we have put that on the goal stack. Then we will try to satisfy each of this. So on top we have C is on A, after that we have B is on D, and then final check we are going to make whether we have achieved this or not. This is one alternative. Now either you can perform C on A or you can check B on D. There are two sub goals because two are already satisfied. A is on table and D is already on table. So right now you need not have to worry about A and D because they are already satisfied. So two goals we will have to satisfy, sub goals we will have to satisfy. One is that block B is on block D and another one is block C is on block A. Now there are two options available with you. Either you can perform this sub goal first, that is block C is on block A, or block B is on block D first, and then you try to satisfy this block C on block A. So how you are going to decide which alternative that you should choose? So some heuristic you will have to use at this stage. So right now your starting state is, this is your starting state. Look at this, that block B is on block A. So block B is on block A. A, C and D, they are on table. So on table ACD, and initially robot arm will be empty, and the goal that we have to achieve, that already we have seen. The goal that has to be achieved is we want block C on block D, block C on block A, block B on block D, and A and D on table. So this is the goal stack or goal state that you will have to achieve. Initially the state of the world is like this. Now let us see how to pursue these alternatives. For that purpose we have seen that four operators are provided with us. First operator is stack xy, then second one is unstack xy. Though x and y are variables, you can replace this with corresponding blocks. Then two other operations, pick up x, put down x. Both these operators, they require only single argument. Now stack xy will put block x on block y. Unstack xy will remove block x from block y. So x was on y. So unstack will remove this block x from y. So y will become clear in that case. Pick up x will pick up block x from table, and put down x will put block x on table. So let us find out what are the requirements for this each operator. Stack xy, that you have to put x on y. So y should be clear. There should be nothing on block y, and your arm should be holding x. So that are the preconditions which are required to perform stack xy operation. If you perform this operation, at the end your arm will be empty and block x will be on block y. So that is in the add list A. What will be removed? What will become false? Clear y, since you have put x on y, so y will not be clear, and robot arm will be holding block x, that will become false. Earlier arm was holding x, now that will become false, that is holding x will be false. Similarly unstack operation, unstack will unstack x from y. So to perform this operation, x should be on y first, so on xy should be true. Similarly x should be clear, there should be no block on x, block x, and arm should be empty. After performing this operation, robot arm will be holding that block x and y will be clear. What will become false? This on xy will become false and arm empty will become false because arm will be holding that x after performing this operation. Then come to pickup x. Now both are related with table, both pickup and put down. Pickup x performs pickup operation. Robot arm will pick up this block x. So for this purpose, you should have this x on table. Arm should be empty and x should be clear. There should be no block on x. After performing this operation, block x will be with robot arm. So holding x will be true. This holding x will be true. And what will become false? This x will not be on table now. So on table x will be false and arm empty will be false because that arm will be holding that block x. And finally put down x, that will put this block x on table. So on table x will become true and arm empty, that will become true because arm was holding that x. And what will become false? Holding x will become false. So these are the four operators that we are going to use now to perform the task. Let us go back again. What we will have to achieve? This alternative one is that C is on A, that first will try to satisfy, and then B is on D. So which alternative now you are going to select between these two? Now let us look at this second alternative now. B is on D. What we want? B on D. So D is already on table. So you can pick up this B or unstack this B, not pick up, unstack this B, and you can stack is on D. So that will achieve this first sub goal. Second sub goal is C should be on A. So A was clear in that case. After performing unstack B operation, unstack B from A, then you can stack that B on D. So A will be clear. Then you can pick up C, or you can, yes, you can pick up C. So robot arm will be holding that C, and then you perform stack operation, that stack C on A. So that will give you another sub goal, that is CA. So that is very trivial set of operations that you can perform. So alternative 2 is trivial, not very interesting. Immediately you will be reaching to the goal state. Now come back to, so therefore we will pursue this alternative 1, which is little bit interesting, that will lead to different paths, and that will, we are going to use that for understanding where you will have to use heuristic during the decision making process. So what we will do, we will now try to satisfy on C is on A first and then B is on D to achieve this goal. Now let us find out how we are going to do that. While pursuing this alternative 1, that is, first we will have to satisfy that C is on A. So 4 operators we have. So find out which operator will give you on CA true. So you will have to go to the add list, find out where this on CA will be true. So this stack is one of the operator action that you can perform. So after performing this stack action, you will get this on XY true. What we will have to achieve? You will have to achieve stack CA. So X will be C and Y will be A in this case. So stack CA, this to perform stack CA, because you will have to achieve on XY, so you will have to perform action stack XY. Now to perform this stack XY, the precondition that has to be satisfied is clear Y and holding X. So you have replaced this X and Y with C and A. So clear A and holding C. So now these are the two sub goals that you will have to achieve. Clear A and holding C. Again go back. Clear A and holding C. So now you will try to achieve these two sub goals. So we will put this on the stack clear A and holding C. So to achieve this sub goal, clear A and holding C. Now again there is a question whether you should perform clear A first or holding C first. Now here you are going to use heuristic to decide on which particular sub goal you should pursue first. Now initially it looks holding C is easy because C is clear, so holding C can be achieved easily. But holding C, robot arm you are going to use, remember, always to perform every operation in this block world problem. So if you have to perform any operation, your robot arm will be used. And if robot arm is holding something, then robot arm has to perform additional operation. It has to put it, whatever it has in the arm, put it down, and then later operation can be performed. So although it looks in the current situation easiest operation, but always you should keep this holding operation at the end. Give it the lowest priority because holding is related with robot arm, and this holding operation is required every now and then to perform other operations. And if you use this holding operation, then you may have to additionally perform some other additional operations to make that robot arm empty. So what we'll do, we will perform clear A first, and then if there is more than one holding operation, we will perform them at the end. So that heuristic we will use while solving this problem. Therefore here we are saying that we exploit the heuristic. If holding is one of the several goals achieved, you should tackle them at the end. So what we will do now, we will try to achieve clear A first, and then we will go for holding C. Let us see what is current situation out here. Now here, if you find out, block B is on block A, so A is not clear. There is block B on top of A. So you will have to now achieve this clear A, satisfy this clear A. So find out an operator which will give you clear A as a result. So let us find out, add list of all these operators. No. Yes. Unstack xy will give you clear y. So you will have to clear A. So y will be replaced by A in that case. So if you perform this unstack operation, then you will be able to achieve this clear sub goal. To perform this unstack, now there are certain conditions that has to be satisfied. So these are the sub goals. On xy, that means on xa, clear x, and arm empty. So let us go back and find out the current situation. We have holding C at the top of the goal stack. So we'll try to prove this holding C, and to prove this holding C, we'll have to find out which operator we can apply. So holding C and holding C, we have two options, pick up C and unstack CY. So these two alternatives we have. So we'll have to select one of the alternative from this. So if you perform pickup C, how your goal stack will look like this, that we have shown on the left hand side. If unstack CX is chosen, then what will be the goal stack that is shown on the right hand side. So here you will have to use heuristic, which operation you will have to select to make this holding C true. So right now your world knowledge is A is on table, C is also on table, D is on table, arm has B, and A is clear. Now whether we should select pick up C or unstack CX. So if you find out the current situation, pick up C, you can perform out here because C is clear, so you can pick up this C, but for that purpose arm should be empty. So first we will have to make this arm empty. If you select second option, unstack CX, so initially it looks that unstack CS is easy to achieve because C is on table, the top of C is clear. So if you perform unstack operation, that is easier and that will lead to the goal state, final goal state easily. But if you perform this unstack CX, then preconditions are we want on CX should be true, C should be clear and arm should be empty. Now arm is not empty, check out, arm is not empty, arm is holding B. C is clear, yes, C is clear, and C is on X, this is also not true. C is on X is not true. So to make this CX true, again find out an operator on XY. So if this is true, so for that you have to apply stack operation. To apply this stack operation, then preconditions are clear Y and holding X. So hold X is C out here, stack C you are going to perform. So holding C, that's what we are trying to prove. Go back. Holding C we are trying to prove. Again, to prove this on CX, again one of the precondition is holding C. So unnecessary your efforts will be wasted. So you will have to avoid this alternative 2. So alternative 2 is not suitable. Therefore you should choose this alternative 1. So alternative 1 will be chosen in this case now. So this heuristic you will have to employ while executing this goal stack planning algorithm. Now what we will do, we will try to prove this pickup C. Precondition for this pickup C is C should be on table, C should be clear, yes it is true. Then arm should be empty, but arm is not empty. So you will have to execute now arm empty operation. To make this arm empty, then find out operators which we can apply. Stack XY you can perform, and then put down X you can perform. Stack XY and put down X, these are the two options available with you. So which one you are going to choose? Again here you will have to make a decision. Now if you find out stack XY, if you choose, so stack B that means, and Y will be some other block. If you go ahead, look ahead, you will find out you will have to satisfy on BD. So right now itself, if you put this block B on block D, then one of the sub goal can be achieved. So that will save a lot of work ahead, and arm will be empty in that case. So in one shot you are going to perform two things, but for that purpose you should look ahead. So instead of selecting that second option, that is arm empty you want, that is put down X, if you select stack XY, that will be much more efficient. So we will select that stack BD instead of put down B. And then to perform this stack BD, you want clear D, holding B, these two. So we have put them on the stack. Now your stack looks like this, clear D, then we have holding B. So D is already clear here, block D is clear, so clear D is satisfied. Holding B is also true, so pop that from the stack. Check the compound goal, clear D and holding B, yes it is true, pop it from the stack. Stack BD, you can stack B on D, yes, so you perform that operation, then it will be removed from the stack. Then on table C, clear C is true, arm empty is true. So this compound goal is also satisfied, pop it from the stack. Now pickup C can be performed directly because arm is empty. So perform this, remove it from the stack. So now you will have to check this compound goal, clear A holding C. Yes, A is clear and holding C is true because arm is holding See now, so therefore you are going to remove this from the stack and then perform stack CA, that you can perform because preconditions are satisfied. So put this C on A, stack CA operation, that is one of the sub goal that you have achieved. Remove this from the stack. Now we have on BD, which is already true. Remove it from the stack. Check the compound goal on CA, on BD, and A and D on table. So C is on A, B is on D, so that is also satisfied, and A and D, they are on the table. So all the conditions are satisfied, stack is empty now, and therefore a goal state is achieved. This is your final goal. So now finally the problem solving agent, that is goal stack problem solving agent, will return a plan, and this plan is saying that you first perform unstack BA operation. So unstack BA will hold this, robot arm will hold this B, stack BD operation will stack this block B which is in robot arm on D, so that will achieve one of the goal state. As you can see here, one of the goal state is B should be on D and another one is C should be on A. So one of the goal state, sub goal state has been achieved. Then it is saying you perform pickup C operation. So robot arm will hold this block C and then finally stack C on A. So since A was clear, now C will be stacked on A, so that will achieve another sub goal. So that's how this plan has returned the final solution which has achieved both the sub goals. Now let us summarize what we have seen today. This goal stack planning, it attacks the plan sub goals or plans one by one. So therefore this planning is linear planning technique, and this is one of the disadvantages associated with goal stack planning. So sometimes because of this linearization, for if the problem is complex, this goal stack planning may not return the solution. So we need more efficient planning technique, and in next lecture we will be discussing partial order planning, and one of the partial order planning technique is plan space planning.